platform, it's Rowan. This is a bit of a off-the-cuff video because it was requested on Twitter after the internet kind of imploded after a certain TV show had a character come out and then immediately killed him. So I asked if anyone would like a recommendation list of books in which the gay character like doesn't die at the end. And a lot of people said yes, so we're gonna do it today. Now, it is true that there's a trope of bury your gays, where authors or writers of TV shows or movies will kill off their gay characters at a disproportionate rate to straight characters, but the list I'm about to give you is not exhaustive. There are other books with happy endings, so I highly recommend that you go and seek those out as well as the ones I'm gonna mention in this video. So I've tried to make sure my recommendations in this video span between like just purely light-hearted reads and then stuff that goes into more deeper issues, but ultimately at the end, the gay character doesn't die. That's what we're here for in this video today. So we're going to start with a book series that the author herself has described as Everyone is Gay Until Proven Otherwise. It is The Rosebud Chronicles by Connie Glynn. I realise I have 2 copies of the first book, one hardback, one paperback. I am obsessed with these book covers, by the way. Look how beautiful those illustrations are. So if you have ever wanted to read a book about a lesbian princess, oh boy, do I have the book series for you! There's also a ton of other LGBTQ+ characters, including the other lead who is bisexual. It's about an ordinary girl, Lottie Pumpkin, who dreams of being a princess, and a princess, Ellie Wolf, who dreams of being an ordinary girl. We can see where this is going. We have a little bit of identity swapping, some boarding school shenanigans. It is a great time. There are 3 books in the series so far, with a 4th one that's cover has actually just been revealed, which is also gorgeous and beautiful. So there is a lot of story for you to dig your way into. But because there's still a couple of books left, I went to the source, I messaged the author Connie, and she has promised me she's not going to be burying any gays, so you're safe. Next recommendation, I'm going to be going with Full Disclosure. So we actually read this in August as part of our book club, and we have a whole interview with the author where we got to ask questions, you guys got to ask questions, so I will link that somewhere if you want to check that out. Essentially, it's a book about Simone, who is an HIV positive teen who has always been told by her parents that it is safer to be abstinent, to not have sex at all, but she meets a boy that she really likes, and it's her kind of coming of age and discovering what she wants and how to negotiate that relationship and keep her and her partner safe, and it's just a very good time. This is another book where like a lot of the characters are LGBTQ+, so like she got a queer parent, she got a queer friend, she herself is kind of working out what she thinks her sexuality might be as well, and it's just like a really lovely contemporary romantic YA read. For the next recommendation, I'm going to go with a book that I have the physical copy. Those of you who have watched pre-2020 will know normally I'm filming in the office, and so I can just go and to the publishers and be like, hey, can I just grab that book quickly? I'm doing a video about it. And I just bring all the books down and to the studio and we show them all off. I'm currently in my bedroom, so I can't do that. So I just have to go with whatever books I happen to have on my shelves when lockdown happened. I thought I had more actually. There's a couple of books on this list that I definitely thought I had in this house. So maybe they're somewhere, but they aren't on my shelves, unfortunately. So I will, in that case, just insert an image of them. But this one I do have, and it is The Whispers. Beautiful. So this book is more on the kind of like heart-wrenching serious side of this recommendation list. It's only like a little book, but it's really, really gorgeous. It's about a boy called Riley whose mother goes missing, and she used to always tell him stories of the Whispers, which are these creatures who live in the woods and grant wishes. And so he one day sets off to try and find them, to try and find his mother. So this book's quite unusual because it has a kind of a younger protagonist who is kind of figuring out his sexuality. He has a crush on a boy, Dylan, and I think that's really refreshing that we have representation of kind of young queer journeys as well as just kind of older teens as well. I definitely had a little cathartic cry when I read this, so it's not one of the sunshine rainbow recommendations on this list, but it is a really, really stunning book. Now this list would not be complete without this next recommendation, because honestly, if you go onto the Wikipedia page for this series, it's not even like a series, like multiple series, it's like a whole book universe. There's like an entire list of LGBTQ+ characters that you can just scroll down. There are so many of them. But the particular like bit of the series that I'm going to recommend is the Magnus Chase series, or the Magnus Chase Chronicles as it's actually known. Because the Magnus Chase Chronicles in particular have like an extremely prominent genderqueer character. If you aren't familiar, these books revolve around teenagers who are the sons or daughters of various different like pantheons of gods. So the Magnus Chase ones specifically are Norse god based. It is a good actiony magically time and is like linked to the original Percy Jackson by via Annabeth. Next we're gonna go with another romance. This is just absolutely adorable. I am obsessed. It's Date Me Bryson Keller. Like, give me cute romance, give me friends to boyfriends, give me fake dating. Everything together in one book. It's so cute. It's so cute. Like, if you're just looking for a book that's gonna warm the little cockles of your heart, this is the one. Okay, so it's basically about this boy who doesn't kind of believe in relationships during school, like things that he will wait until he's in college, and his friends are like, there's definitely someone who would be worth it for you. Like, there's someone who you would really want to be in a relationship with if you gave it a try. So they essentially make a bet with him, or an agreement with him, that he has to go out with a different person each week of the school year, and if he wants to keep dating them after that week is over, then he's like lost the bet. And the way that they choose who is going to date him is it's just the first person to ask him each week. And basically there is a little loophole in these rules that, like, nobody said it had to be a girl who asked him. So our main character decides to ask him in a series of hilarious happenstances, and they start fake dating for the week in secret. And like, I think you know where this is going. It's a good time. Next book is the middle of this gay book sandwich that we're creating today. I thought for this one, I'd go with one that, you know what, you've probably already heard of it, you may have already read it, but I feel like I have to put it on the list anyway, because it's an absolute classic. It is Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda. But I would also add to this the sequels, Lay on the Offbeat and Love Creekwood as well. So this is the book that the film Love, Simon was based on, but in my opinion, as always, the book is better than the film. Just in case you don't know, this first book is about Simon, a gay teen who is exchanging anonymous emails with another boy who has come out as gay online. And the story kind of revolves around him and his friendship group and his relationship with this boy that he doesn't really know, and also someone who starts to blackmail him when his emails are discovered. The sequel, Lay on the Offbeat, focuses on his friend and her journey of discovering her bisexuality, and then Love Creekwood is the book that is more recent that's come out, which kind of joins the gang back together and talks about where they are now. Okay, we've got 3 more books. The next one I'm going to recommend is Juliet Takes a Breath. So this book's really interesting because it explores the kind of identity and sexuality of someone who is super out in some spheres and super proud of herself, but also isn't out to her family and is kind of worried about that. In the sphere where she is super out, like, she's got a summer internship with this like author that she idolizes who's like super feminist. She's got a girlfriend. Like, it's really interesting seeing a character that kind of has this really complex relationship with her sexuality. We got queer dance parties, we've got motorcycling librarians, like, this book's got it all. So if that sounds up your street, check out Juliet Takes a Breath. Okay, second to last, one of possibly the most amazing title of a book I've ever heard, I'm a Gay Wizard. It does what it says on the tin. So the lead characters are 2 friends, one who is gay, one who is trans, and they essentially stumble upon the world of magic and end up going to wizarding school. It's basically what you'd expect. We got danger, we got spells, we got romance. We got everything. So fun fact about this book, it is one of the books in our Wattpad series. So we basically have done this collaboration with Wattpad where we've taken some of the top names and also some like underappreciated hidden gem names in the Wattpad world, and we are publishing them as paperbacks, and this is one of them. And finally, let's talk about Camp. So this is the new book from the author of Jack of Hearts and Other Parts, and I loved Camp so much. It's basically about this boy who is like already out and proud, who has been going to this LGBT summer camp for years. Every summer he goes and he meets up with all his friends again. So like every single character in this entire book is LGBTQ+, and he basically decides that this is the summer that he is going to get the guy. There is a boy that he has been super crushing on, and he basically has decided to give himself a bit of a makeover before he comes back to camp in order to try and get this guy to maybe like him back. However, in doing that, he's maybe having to change himself more than he should. It's basically this really amazing exploration of what it's like to be a young queer person, figuring out not just who you are and how you want to present and how you want to identify and what your interests are, but how those might line up with other people in the community, and maybe, you know, learning to be yourself rather than molding yourself into someone that you think other people will like instead. And we did it! Links to all of the books mentioned in the video will be in the description if you want to check them out, as well as information about our monthly book club where we will be reading different books together, including some upcoming LGBT titles. If you have any recommendations of books that we could have put on this list as well, then please leave them in the comments for other people to check out, and don't forget to subscribe to Platform for more bookish videos.